How you doing today, guys? Welcome back to another wonderful day of San Valentine's Day. This is Mr. Gomez, your favorite teacher in the whole world, and today we're going to be doing a review on circles, so area and circumference. We're going to do a review, 7 questions. Let's get right into that. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is question number 1. This is a review for the test that we're going to have in class tomorrow, and we have a statement right here. What a question. It says, what is the ratio of pi? What is the ratio of pi? Remember, when we talk about ratio, we're talking about a division, a fraction. So in my classroom, I have a poster that looks kind of like this. Let me show it to you. It looks like this. C pi d. That's kind of like an anchor chart that I have in my classroom. And we talked about this, and we said that those two lines represent different operations. So this line right here represents what is it? Diameter. It's a diameter, but what type of operation is that? It's a division. Very good. And this line right here represents a multiplication. And I told you, if this is basically the formula, C equals pi times diameter. But if you want to know any of those things, all we have to do is cover the one that they asking us for. So in this case, they want to know what pi is. And if I cover pi, which is highlighted in blue, I'm left with C and D. And what is C and D doing? Dividing. So that's the ratio. So the ratio of pi equals circumference divided by diameter. And that's it. Remember, you just cover what they're asking and write it from the circle anchor chart formula that you can see right here. Any questions about this one? So number 2 is going to be kind of like a follow-up question on number 1, because we have a word problem. It says, a group of students formed a circle during a game. And it says the circumference of the circle is about 37.68 meters. And then it says that the diameter of that same circle is about 12. It says write an expression that represents the value of pi. So I'm just writing the equation. I'm not solving pi. Okay? Write an expression that represents the value of pi. And if I look at the circle anchor chart that we just did on question number 1, we have the formula, and we also have it on question number 1 because we have already answered question number 1. And question 1 says pi equals circumference divided by diameter. So we're going to use the same formula, but we're going to write down some information first. Do I know the circumference for this one? C equals what? 37.68 meters. Do I know the diameter? Diameter equals 12. So if I need to find pi, I'm going to use the formula that I found over here. So pi equals circumference divided by diameter, and substitute the values in. So this is just going to be pi equals 37.68 divided by the diameter, which is 12. It says write an expression, and it's right here. I don't need to solve it. If I was to solve this, I should have get 3.14, because we know that the value of pi is always 3.14. So if I do TiVo here, I should get 3.14. They're not asking us to do that, but if you did, you will get that. Any questions so far? No. All right. Again, use this circle right there, and you should be good to go. Cover whatever they're asking for, and then set up your fraction. Number 3. The approximate circumference in meters, round to the nearest 100. So we want to find the approximate circumference round to the nearest 100. 100 will be 0.00. This right here. This will be hundredths place. 2 places after the decimal. So again, if we're looking for the circumference, pi times diameter, right? Very good. So we can also do this. We can have this circle right here cover pi, and that will leave us with pi times diameter. But the formula, we know the formula, pi times diameter. So that means that we need the, what do we need for circumference? Diameter. Do we have the diameter in here? No. This is the radius. So if the radius equals 8, and I want to find the diameter, then what will be my diameter? So I know radius equals 8. So my diameter has to be 16. Double that. So my diameter is going to be 16. Now I'm good to go. Okay? So this is just going to be C equals 3.14 times 16. I'm going to estimate right here on the side. Okay? Instead of 3.14, I'm going to do 3. Instead of 15, I'm going to do 15. Because this is very close. So 3 times 15 gives me 45. Both of these are more than what I estimated. So I know my answer has to be a little more than 45. Okay? All right. So very good. So when we multiply this out, 3.14 times 16 right here, what is 6 times 4? 24. Carry the 2. 6 times 1 is 6 plus 2 is 8. And 6 times 3 is 18. Now skip this place for the second row. And since I'm multiplying by 1, all I gotta do is bring those numbers down. 4, 1, 3. Boom. This looks like a step right there. So this is just 4. This is 12. Carry the 1. This is 10. Carry the 1. And this is 5. However, how many decimal places do I have in here? 2. Do I have any on the bottom? No. So total from here, 1, 2. 50.24. The 4th is already on the hundredths place. So I do not need to round anything. My answer for the circumference will be 50.24 meters. And that's it. Any questions? Just multiply. Now, if I look at my estimate, what was my estimate? 45. Is this a little more than 45? Yep. If it would have been less than 45 in this case, then I should have been worried. This case is not. It makes sense. So I'm good to go. Any questions on circumference? Remember, for circumference, you need to have diameter. If you don't have the diameter, like in this case, make sure you find it. Just double it. Now for question 4, we're moving from circumference to area. It says a rotating lawn sprinkler sprays water in a circular area of grass as shown in the picture. It says the diameter of the circular area is 24 feet. Which measurement is closest to the area in square feet that this sprinkler sprays with water? So now we're looking for area, and for area we have the formula A equals pi r squared, but the one that I show my class is area equals radius times pi. And we know that pi is always 3.14. Very good. So in this case, if I look at the formula, what does the R represent? Radius or diameter? Radius. However, what did they give me here? They gave me this distance right here, 24 feet. However, this is the diameter. I don't do diameter with area. I need the radius. So my radius is going to be from here to the edge. Very good. So my radius is going to be half of the diameter. So radius is 12. So now I'm going to plug this in here. 12 times 12 times 3.14. Okay? Now 12 times 12, that's just radius squared. And I know 12 times 12 is 144. And then times 3.14. At this point, I'm going to estimate. Okay? I'm going to estimate real quick. So my estimate, instead of 144, I'm going to do 150 because it's very close. And instead of 3.14, I'm going to do 3. And when I multiply these two, I get 450. So my estimate, in this case, I'm not going to say it's going to be more than 450. I'm going to say it's going to be around 450. Okay? Because I rounded up the 144 and I rounded down the 3.14. So that's why I know it's going to be around 450. However, if I get 200 something, then it's probably something wrong. If I get 800 something, probably something's wrong. Okay, so I'm going to estimate 450. Now, I'm going to multiply this right here. 3.14 times 144. All right, let's zoom in. 4 times 4 is 16. Carry the 1. 4 times 1 is, plus 1 is 5. And 4 times 3 is 12. Very good. Now, skip right there. And then 4 times 4, I'm multiplying the same number. So this is just going to repeat. And then again, skip this place. And then multiply by 1. So that's easy. That's 4, 1, and 3. This should look like a step, like a stair. If you don't do this, when you multiply by more than one digit, you're getting it wrong. So now we add. This is just 6. This is 11. Carry the 1. This is 12. Carry the 1. That's going to be 4 and 1 is 5. And this is going to be 4. How many decimal places do I have total? I have 2 on the top. Do I have any on the bottom? No. So 1, 2. So my answer, my area is going to be 452.16. And these were square feet. It's not asking me to round or anything. So that will be my final answer. Look at this and look at my estimate. Am I nearby? Very close. All right. Gives you an idea if you're getting it right or wrong. Any questions on area? Okay. Thing to remember about area is that we use radius times radius. We don't want the diameter, even if they give it to us. If they give you the diameter, take half of it, and that will be the radius. Any questions so far? Let's move on to question number 5. Says the diameter of circle X is 10 centimeters. The diameter, circle X, is 10 centimeters. It says that the diameter of circle Y is 25 centimeters. What is the closest to the difference? What does that tell you to do? Subtract. Very good. From the circumferences. So we're going to have to find the circumference of both of them. I think we did this on a checkpoint. Didn't we? Yep. All right. So I'm going to work number 5 right here. So since we're talking about circumference, C equals pi times diameter. Okay. So that means that we need what? Diameter. Do we have the diameter for both of them? Circle X, that's the diameter. Circle Y, that's the diameter. So yes, we're good to go. So I'm going to do X first. So circle X, C equals pi times diameter, which is going to be 3.14 times what? What is the diameter for X? 10. And multiplying by 10 is the same thing as moving over one time. So this is 31.4. And this is going to be centimeters. When you multiply, you get 31.4. Now I'm going to do circle Y. Circle Y, C equals pi times diameter. So that's again 3.14 times what? What's the diameter on circle Y? 25. Now I'm going to have to do this on the side. So let's multiply this out right here times 25. What's 5 times 4? 20. Carry the 2. 5 times 1. And 2 is? And then 5 times 3 is? 15. And then skip a space. 2 times 4 is? 2 times 1 is? And 2 times 3 is? All right. This should look like a step right there. So this is 0. This is 5. Carry the 1. This is going to be 8. And this is going to be 7. How many decimal places do I have in the top? Anything on the bottom? No. So right here, 78.5. 78.5. And this is what? Centimeters. But the question was to do what? Subtract. So we're going to subtract these two numbers to find the difference. 78.5 minus 31.4. Make sure you line them up. This is just 1. This is 7. And this is 4. Bring down the decimal. And your answer, the difference is going to be what? 47.1 centimeters or 47.10. Any questions on this one? Again, remember, you need the diameter. They gave us the diameter for both of them, so we were good to go. Questions? All right, number 6. We had a checkpoint about number 6 as well. So this should be pretty easy. This is the last checkpoint that we did. Rank the following circles from largest area to smallest area. So we're going to find the area for all of them. Again, the formula for area is area equals radius times pi. So first, I got to make sure I got the radius. Do I have the radius for all of them? I have the radius on B. Do I have the radius on A? No. So A I have diameter. But if the diameter is 10, what is the radius, Angie? If the diameter is 10, what is the radius?
5.
So the radius is going to be 5. Radius is 7. But look at this one. This is 30 pi. What did we do over here to find the area? Remember the 30? This is already radius times radius given to us. So we don't need to multiply by radius times radius. All we got to do is multiply that by what? By pi, which is 3.14. Now for all of this, I'm just going to estimate. Okay? I'm just going to estimate. So let's find the area for circle A. Now that we know the radius. So area equals 5 times 5 times 3.14. But I'm going to estimate, and I'm just going to do 5 times 5 times 3. What's 5 times 5? 25 times 3 is? 75. So for A, it's about 75. Okay? For B, what is 7 times 7? 49. What, and 49 is next, right before 50, right? So what is 50 times 3? 150. So a little less than 150. But look at the difference. It's almost double, right? Well, actually double. So I'm good to estimate like that. So now, this one, all I got to do is 30 times pi, or 30 times 3. Estimating. What is 30 times 3? Let me do this pink. That way I can have, well, different color. 30 times 3 is 90. All those numbers, they're far apart. So estimating in this question should be enough. Because they're not asking us to put in the answers. They just want us to put A, B, C in order from biggest to smallest, right? So which one is going to be the biggest one? B. And then C, and then A. So my answer for this will be B, C, A. I just estimated everything because they didn't ask me for the right answers. Look at the numbers. They're very far apart that the 0.14 will not make a big difference. Any questions, Angie?
No. I'm telling you, Mr.
All right. Last one. Number 7. A company's logo was designed using circles of 3 different sizes. The diameter of 2 circles are shown. Which measurement is closest to the area of the largest circle in square centimeters? So I'm looking for what? Area or circumference? Area. So I know my formula is going to be A, radius times pi. However, I only care about the large circle, the large one right there. So I need the radius for this. However, I don't have it. But I know the diameter for the small one is 4. I know the diameter for the middle one is 15. So can I get the diameter for the big one? What is it going to be? Add those two and you get 19 centimeters. However, what do I need? 19 divided by 2 to find the radius. Radius equals diameter divided by 2. So 19 divided by 2 gives us what? Very good. Radius equals 9.5. So now I can go ahead and work it. Area equals 9.5 times 9.5 times 3.14. Okay? Now if I estimate this, I can multiply 9 times 10. So I can take this 9 times 10, right? 1 less, 1 after. And then times 3. What's 9 times 10? 90 times 3. 90 times 3 equals 270, right? So this is my estimate. Now I'm going to work it. 9.5 times 9.5 gives us what? What's 5 times 5? That's 25. Carry the 2. 9 times 5. 45 plus 2 is 47. Skip a space. 9 times 5 is 47. Carry the 4. 9 times 9 is 81. 81 plus 4 is what? 85. Add this up right here. 5. This is 14. Carry the 1. This is 10. And this is 90.45. Look, my estimated was 90. So I'm really close. Now I got to take this and multiply by what? 3.14. 90.45 times 3.14. Notice I put in the one with the most digits on top. Over here, I moved twice to the left because I had 1 on top, 1 on the bottom. So a total of 2. Now let's multiply this. 5 times 4 is 20. Carry the 2. 4 times 4 is? Plus 2 is? 18. Carry the 1. 4 times 0 is 0. Plus 1 is 1. And 4 times 9 is? 36. We're going to skip this space right here. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 9 is 9. We're going to skip a space. 3 times 5 is 15. Carry the 1. 3 times 4 is? Plus 1 is? 13. Carry the 1. 3 times 0 is 0. Plus 1 is? 1. And 3 times 9 is? 27. This should look like a staircase. Now add everything up. You don't need to line up the decimals yet. We move the decimals. We don't line them up during multiplication. So this is just 0. This is what? 13. Carry the 1. That's going to be 10 and 1 is 11. Carry the 1. That's going to be 10. Carry the 1. That's going to be 10, 13, 14. Carry the 1. That's going to be 8. And this is just 2. Let's look at my decimal places. How many here? 2. And on the bottom? So a total of 4. So from here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. 284. And I'm going to round to hundreds. So let's look at the 3. That is less than 5. So it's just going to be 0.01. That's the area in centimeters squared. Look at my estimate and compare to that. Close? Kind of. So we're good. Any questions? Again, remember, for area, you need radius times radius. If they give you diameter, find the radius. For circumference, you need diameter. If they give you the radius, double it. I hope that you learned something today. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, turn the notification bell on, and other than that, let's ride.